All right, folks, this is Harris Sultan, and you know my feelings on how migrants should behave when they move to a new country. When they move to a new country in search of a better life, they should leave their culture, their people, their loyalties behind. And now they should adopt the new country as their own. They should be loyal to that country, and they should try to integrate and assimilate into the new country society. But for some reason, migrants tend not to do that. And you can't entirely blame them either, because it's the lefties who encourage them to be proud of your previous culture. It's okay for you to attack us, criticize us, and mock our own culture. It's the left does it. So I have a very interesting video for you to watch. I think it's an old video, but I thought it's important for you to see it because a lot of that is being said amongst migrant communities. They are saying it because the left emboldens them to say it. Have a listen to this woman. She's a Muslim woman, judging by her head attire. I don't know what nationality, maybe Pakistani. I don't know. Could be Indian. I don't know. I actually don't know. So have a listen to what she has to say.
Finns and Finns and Finns, and everywhere you look, they're just Finns. So
her name is Sumaya Aryanfar. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a Pakistani name. I don't know where she's from. But anyway, so she's complaining that everywhere you look, they're freaking Finns and Finns and Finns. What the hell? Look at the audacity. No shame. Go to Japan. And I start shouting and start complaining that what the hell? Everywhere I look at, there's a Japanese person. Hey, Jack, please get out of your house and make room for me and my family because I'm sick and tired of seeing Japanese people in Japan. That's literally what she's saying. It actually reminds me of Hamza Yousaf. Remember his speech in Parliament after he became First Minister of Scotland? The highest reward a country could give to him.
The Lord Justice Clerk, white. Every High Court judge, white. The Lord Advocate, white, 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 white. Every Assistant Chief Constable, white, 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 white. Every chair of every public body is white.
I mean, what could be a better honor for me? Let's just say if I, by some accident, became Prime Minister of Australia. What could be better than that? And you still find a way to complain about something. Imagine that. So that's what he said. He said, white, 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 everyone's white. Everyone in Scotland is white. This is exactly what she's saying. Everywhere you look at in Finland is Finn.
it's a bit difficult to blend in here. But I think that's something that is solvable in the near future because more and more immigrants are coming here.
So I don't know what nationality she is. Let's just say she's Jordanian or Syrian. I actually don't know. Whatever she is, all those immigrants who are going to come in, they're not going to be from her country. So how's she going to blend in then? What if they're Chinese and the Indians? Then, of course, you're going to bring in that sectarian conflict, as we are seeing play out in the streets of the UK. Hindus and Muslims are going at each other. And the white people are saying, well, hang on a second. What are you guys fighting about? Oh, you guys hate each other? You guys have hated each other for centuries? And now you're doing that in my neighborhood? Hey, politicians, did you know of this when you were bringing them in huge numbers? So people are left scratching their heads. They're like, what's going on? And the problem is everyone knows that this experiment has failed and is only going to balloon to much bigger problems, which is why people are now talking about remigration. And it's going to happen. 100% is going to happen. Or there's going to be a civil war. So there's only two solutions to that. Remigration through political means or deportation after a civil war. It's going to happen. How do I know this? It's not because I subscribe to a certain viewpoint. It's because of the data that I'm looking at. These people are not going to change their attitudes. The left is going to keep emboldening them. These people will keep going the way they've been going. They will keep demanding more things. They will keep building up their ghettos. They will keep demanding Sharia. They'll keep going the way they've been going for the last 20 years. In fact, it's going to get accelerated in the next decade or so. So more and more natives are going to see their suburbs, their neighborhoods being lost to totally alien cultures. So that means only two things. You either die off as a culture, as a country, or you fight back. So when you fight back, how are you going to fight back? There's two ways, as I said. Politically, demand remigration, that, sorry, we let you in, we tried to embrace you, we even made you the first minister of our country, Scotland, but you were still not happy. Even though we gave you what very select few people achieve, very select natives achieve, we gave you that, and still you were not happy. So this means only one thing. You have your ways, we have our own ways, and we can't live with you, so you have to go back. Now, that could happen politically. Politically, we may reach a point where political parties may say, okay, you know what? Multiculturalism has failed, especially with one particular culture. So you have to go. Now, if we do not reach that political consensus, then there is going to be at least civil unrest, which could end up in a civil war. I don't need to have a crystal ball to say that, because, as I said, these people are not going to change. They are not going to change. We can already see it. Instead of agreeing to change the culture amongst radical Muslims or even moderate Muslims, I'm seeing moderate Muslims, they're not admitting any guilt. They're not saying that we did anything wrong. What they're saying is that you're far right, you're racist. They keep encroaching on your values. They keep eating away your culture and your way of life, and then they still tell you that you are the one who's wrong. So, as I said, I don't need a crystal ball to tell you this. It's going to get worse. So it's not just your cultural values or your way of life that is eroding away. You're also paying in other ways as well. Finnish girls, along with European girls, are getting sexually assaulted and raped. I just did a quick search on publicly available data. A glance at reporting from Finnish media shows that non-Finnish citizens are overrepresented in rape cases. About 1/3 of suspects in all rape cases were non-Finnish, and around 1/5 of suspects in crimes against minors were foreign citizens. One source claimed 38% of rape suspects in Finland in 2020 were foreign-born, yet they only make up 7% of the population. That's 5 times. They're overrepresented by 500%. And by the way, that doesn't include those who are first and second generation migrants. This actually reminds me of another video that just came out of Paris. So this issue of European women getting raped and sexually assaulted at the hands of non-natives has become such a big issue that women in Paris, the city of love, the city of fashion, so that city that's been like this for 200 years, 300 years, the women of that city are now too scared to express themselves. Have a look at this video. A gesture that has almost become a reflex for this young girl.
Un geste presque devenu un réflexe pour cette jeune fille, enfiler une veste juste
Putting on a jacket just before boarding the train because she's going to get touched up. She's going to be sexually assaulted by a non-Frenchman.
de monter dans la rame.
On retrouve de tout un peu dans le métro, donc forcément avoir une chemise c'est quand même plus rassurant, je pense.
Dans les transports en commun, près de 90% des femmes affirment
Nearly 90% of women on public transport claim to have
avoir déjà été victimes de
victims of
harcèlement.
harassment.
Alors,
90%.
pour tenter d'échapper à ces regards ou gestes déplacés, une technique est mise en avant sur les réseaux sociaux.
Don't forget.
So they're promoting that technique on social media. At this rate, the women of Europe will be wearing burqas. Islam is winning. That's what Muslims say. That because you're tempting men. So cover up. They're winning. They were right all along. And look what the left has done, the champions of women's rights. This is what they're doing to their own women.
Your subway shirt.
Le subway shirt, en français, chemise de métro. Le principe, porter des vêtements amples pour cacher une tenue estivale.
Je fais comme ça, hop,
Dans le métro.
dans le métro, on se rhabille. Des fois, je prends même le pantalon et le sweat que je mets par-dessus ma robe.
Une défense adoptée par de nombreuses Parisiennes, victimes de mauvaises expériences.
On m'a déjà jeté des pièces comme quoi j'étais une prostituée. J'étais en...
So not only that they sexually assault them and when they probably get rejected, They say you're a prostitute because look at the way you're dressed. I know this mentality. We know this. We've told you this. Islam perpetuates this kind of thinking. There's a Quranic verse that says that cover up so you are not molested, meaning women who do not cover up, as per their definition, either burqa, niqab, or hijab, or whatever. Every Muslim has his own flavor, and the Quran is a bit vague on that. But regardless, if you do not cover up, then you're a prostitute, you're a loose woman, and you can be molested.
Petite jupe au-dessus du genou et un t-shirt basique un peu comme celui-là.
Cette mère de famille rencontrée dans le métro donne même des consignes à sa fille qui ne connaît pas Paris.
D'éviter une jupe trop courte, plutôt, je dis pas forcément un pull comme elle a là, mais de se mettre une petite manche.
Juste à côté de nous,
And look, they're happy. They've been conditioned into thinking that this is the new norm. It's okay, girls. I'm genuinely thinking, how long before the women of Paris or France or other European countries, because it doesn't look like that they are going to change direction anytime soon, how long before their mothers and fathers would be telling their daughters to put a burqa on? Oh, by the way, even if you're wearing a burqa, you're not safe. You're not safe. I have played many videos where women in burqa get sexually assaulted by men in many Muslim countries. Let me show you some. Look at this. These people are horny monsters. This guy is going to assault this woman inside a mosque. I'm not going to play the whole video. There you go. It's not just that. Look at this. Look at this horny man. Inside Kaaba, she's properly, fully covered up. And look at him. Horny. Oh, this is another one. Disgusting. Look at this. This happened in Pakistan. This woman, fully covered up. This man's going to come. And look at this. He humped her. He assaulted her. So my point is, you give them an inch, they'll take a mile. So these French women who are telling their daughters to stop wearing skirts or revealing clothes so you don't attract predators, this is a losing battle. They'll keep coming. You know what? If all these women wore a burqa, then they would still get sexually assaulted because you have changed the culture. 1 in 2 women today say that she has given up dressing.
déclare renoncer à s'habiller comme elle le souhaite par crainte des regards et des commentaires.
For fear of stares and comments. Europe, France, of all countries. So go back to the original woman, that Muslim woman who was saying there are too many Finns in Finland. Maybe that's a good thing. If you want to preserve your way of life, keep it that way. But that video that I played you earlier, as I said, you can't really blame these immigrants. You know, she wants to see more people that look like her. She wants to see more women who dress like her. But that conversation didn't start there. The person who's interviewing her, she must have egged her on. She must have asked her, don't you feel like an outsider? That's the problem with the left. It's them who are causing this. She must have asked her, what would you need in order to integrate more in Western society? Because I'm telling you, like, my generation of immigrants, we were fine. We understood that we're going to a foreign country. Don't expect to have Pakistani neighborhoods in Melbourne. That's what we thought. But migrants who come in today, they're spoiled. In Melbourne, you have a suburb called Faulkner. A lot of Pakistanis, a lot of Muslims live there. So a lot of new incoming Muslims, they move there. They go there. I was always different though. When I say that I'm an exception, I really am an exception. I genuinely did not want to live amongst Muslims, even when I was a Muslim. You know how trans women say that they were born in wrong bodies? I have always believed that I was born in a wrong country and a wrong culture. So I'm an exception. But most incoming Muslims, they try to find Muslim neighborhoods to move to. And that's where they get their houses. And who's enabled that? The left has enabled that. They not only encourage them, but they actually told them that it's okay for you to want your own community. It's a remarkable self-defeatist, self-loathing ideology. They tell every culture, every people that you should be proud of your culture, your way of life, but they themselves hate their own culture and their own way of life. They love everyone, but they hate themselves. It's fascinating how human mind can produce Einsteins, and then at the same time it can produce these blue-haired Wokistanis, these modern liberals. I'm a liberal. I'm a classical liberal. This is insanity.